Hello, everyone, and welcome to our presentation on Carleton University. My name is Kelvin Brooks, and I'm an International Admissions and Recruitment Officer here at Carleton. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the university, what programs we offer, scholarship opportunities, residence, and I'm just going to give you a general introduction to everything that is Carleton University. Before I do that, I do want to give you a little more information on myself. So I am a Carleton graduate. I graduated in April of 2017 from the Bachelor of Public Affairs and Policy Management. I am a Canadian citizen growing up here in Canada. I grew up in Kitchener, Ontario. It's about a 5-hour drive from Ottawa, and there were many reasons I chose to come up to Ottawa and go to Carleton when I was making my decision to go to university. And I'll highlight a lot of those throughout our presentation. Now, when speaking with international students, there's a lot of important things that we need to cover. So for my presentation, I like to kind of start with the macro facts and I like to start with the reasons why I believe students should study in Canada and the benefits of coming to this country. I myself, as a Canadian, never had to make this decision. I was born in Canada and I knew I was going to study here, but I realized in this job, working with international students, I've come to understand just how many options international students have and how many countries they have to choose from. So when I start my presentations, I like to start big and talk about why Canada, then I'll get into the city of Ottawa, and then I'll get into the specifics about Carleton University. So let's get started. So when I talk about why Canada, there's a number of reasons that I like to highlight. And as you listen to other Canadian institutions, you'll find we share a lot of the same information about why studying in Canada is such a good decision. And the first reason a lot of us highlight is the fact that Canadian institutions are internationally recognized and they are high quality institutions. Canada currently has 96 universities, the majority of them public, meaning we receive government funding from both our provinces and the federal government. Now, in order to receive this funding, we have to maintain a certain standard of education. And it's this bar that ensures that all Canadian institutions are offering high quality programs and the best education that you can find. And as much as I do want to see you at Carleton, in the fall, I do understand that there are so many options, and I do want to reassure you that no matter where you pick to go in Canada, you're going to be receiving a high quality education. A few other things we like to highlight as Canadians is the fact that our country is so multicultural. We were built around this belief that welcoming different cultures really enhances our identity as Canadians, and we firmly believe that we benefit from immigration and new people coming to our country. And that is why we are such a multicultural and welcoming country. We also offer students a very safe atmosphere. A few other things I'd like to point out, our degrees themselves are flexible and portable. The portability comes from the quality of our institutions, as I mentioned before. Being able to hold a Canadian university degree is a huge honor and something that allows you to take it around the world. Students, when they graduate, they can go do their masters in the US or the UK. They can study in other countries and pursue higher education because we have these high quality institutions here, and therefore our degrees are recognized worldwide and portable. Our degrees are also flexible. If you are coming to university to study engineering, if you're coming to university to study psychology, you will take a lot of courses in that particular area of study. However, you will have the opportunity to take a lot of other courses that may interest you and make your degree flexible and work for you. You are paying money for this degree, and we want to make sure that you get your money's worth, both in your programs of interest, but also with other interests you may want to pursue. Another thing, too, that's unique to Canada is our dynamic learning environment. Now, you're going to hear the term experiential learning thrown around a lot amongst Canadian institutions, and that's because we are so proud of the different options we offer for students to learn outside the classroom. When you are a university student, you do experience university through lectures and seminars, and that is where you pick up a lot of the information that professors and faculty members have to share with you. But we really pride ourselves on our ability to give you this dynamic learning environment and these experiences outside of the classroom to really practice your skills in a real world setting. One way we do this is through work opportunities. So a lot of Canadian institutions offer things such as internships, placements, and practicums, but we also offer cooperative education, or co-op. And I'll highlight this a little later on in this presentation, but co-op is fairly unique to Canada and allows students to obtain paid work experience throughout the duration of their degree. Finally, since we're talking about employment, the Canadian Study Permit allows students to work up to 20 hours during their studies per week and 40 hours per week during their breaks, so your summers and your Christmas breaks or fall breaks. This is a huge benefit for international students as it allows them to work and earn money to help subsidize their education. So I hope that helps with your decision in with pursuing studies in Canada. And I hope that helps you kind of understand exactly what Canada is all about when it comes to post-secondary education. So for my next area of focus, I want to zone in on our city. So we are in Ottawa, and Ottawa is Canada's capital city. Toronto is so often the most recognized Canadian city, and I can understand why. Having the Toronto Raptors win the NBA championship, having big celebrities like Drake or The Weeknd coming from that city, obviously it is well recognized. But Ottawa is kind of this nice hidden gem amongst Canadian cities. And like I said, it is our capital city. Now, it is located in the province of Ontario, and we border the province of Quebec. You can see here on your screen the map. We are about a 4-hour drive from the city of Toronto, or a 45-minute flight, and we are about an hour and a half drive from the city of Montreal. Now, what I love about Ottawa is everything that it has to offer and the fact that it is the capital city of Canada. So you get beautiful views like this. This is the center block of our federal government, our parliament buildings. It is a beautiful spot, a very popular tourist destination for Canadians and international tourists alike. And it's one of the many highlights of this city. Now, Ottawa is a bilingual city of English and French because those are Canada's 2 official languages. I will tell you that Carleton is an English institution, but the city we are located in is bilingual. It's English and French. And it is home to 4 very unique and different seasons. We have our winter, our spring, our summer, and our fall. And photos from these different seasons can be seen on your screen now. And the photo in the middle is from our Canada Day celebrations on July 1st, celebrating our independence. One thing that students always ask me on the road about is winter, and my answer is yes, we have winter. They're always concerned about winter and what it entails, what it looks like. And again, I can tell you, like, yes, we have winter. It is a season here. It does get cold. On average, temperatures can reach -10 during the winter time, -5 if it's a more mild day. But the thing with Canada and the thing with Ottawa in particular is that we thrive in the winter. Our cities don't shut down. As a matter of fact, we actually almost become a more vibrant city in the winter. There's so much to do around the area with ski hills, skating rinks, cross-country skiing, just winter activities that maybe some of you as international students haven't experienced before. And yes, the temperatures may be a little different from where you're coming from, but every building is heated. You'll be able to pick up your winter jacket to keep you warm, and you will not have to worry about winter as you think you will. A few other highlights I like to point out about Ottawa is, again, the fact that it's the capital city, and you'll hear the term capital advantage thrown around a lot amongst Carleton recruiters and Carleton students. And basically, the capital advantage stems from the fact that everything you need exists within the capital city. Because we are a G7 capital city, everything you need is here. We have our federal government and all the related departments, from environment to national defense to health research. Everything exists within our city. We are also a popular tourist destination, so we have a number of restaurants, clubs, cafes, festivals, my favorite being, of course, the food festivals. And we have a lot of opportunities for work and study within our high-tech industry, our NGOs, our government, and our health facilities. There's an abundance of employment here in Ottawa and a lot of opportunities for you to use your degree after you graduate. Ottawa is home to 1 million people. It is Canada's 6th largest city, and we truly believe that it is one of those hidden gem cities that a lot of people have not heard of, and upon discovering and coming to the capital city, they don't want to leave. Now, we've highlighted Ottawa, and it's now time to highlight Carleton, and we're going to start with our campus. And I have 2 photos for you with this campus. The first one you'll see on your screen is an overhead shot of our entire campus. And what you may notice is the 2 bodies of water on the left and right. The body of water on the left is the Rideau Canal. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And in the winter, it actually freezes over to become Canada's longest skating rink. Sorry, the world's longest skating rink. And that is right beside our campus. And on the right is the Rideau River. I always joke that we're very creative with our names. And that is a beautiful body of water that offers students a great backdrop for studying and thriving throughout their Carleton degree. Our actual campus, as I mentioned, is self-contained, and it's divided into 3 sections. Towards the top left, you'll see our residence area, and I'll highlight that on the slide now. So these are where our 11 residence buildings are located on campus, and we do offer guaranteed first-year residence for international students. So that is where you will live, that's where you'll eat. That will be your home during your first year and possibly your upper years here at Carleton. Now, on the upper right-hand side here, you have all of our athletics buildings. This is our athletics facility. This is where you'll find our fitness center, our indoor turf fields, our hockey rinks, our swimming pool. All of that exists within this upper right-hand corner of the campus. And finally, here in the center, you have all of our academic buildings. So this is where the majority of your classes will take place, as well as your labs, and different research tutorials. Now, when you look at this campus, it does look quite large, but I can tell you from one end to the other, at my pace of walking, it's approximately 10 minutes. Now, I'm taller, so 12 to 15 minutes is maybe a more fair estimate for students, but I can tell you that everything you need, everything related to Carleton can be found within this area between the 2 bodies of water and Bronson Avenue up here at the top. Now, the second angle I'm going to show you is on your screen now, and it is our location in relation to the downtown core. So up here along the top, you'll see the downtown core of Ottawa. This is approximately a 5 to 10 minute drive or a 10 to 15 minute bus ride from our campus. And it's quite nice because our campus is located within the city, but we do have a lot of green space being outside the downtown core. A public transit pass is included in your tuition, and you can be downtown in 10 to 15 minutes and have full access to everything that the city of Ottawa has to offer. As you can see, our campus is well situated just outside of the core and really offers a lot of green space and beauty that makes you feel like you're in a smaller town and not the 6th largest city in Canada. For myself, as a Carleton student, like I said, I came from Kitchener, Ontario, about 5 hours from the city of Ottawa. And even though I was in the same province, even though I was only a 5-hour drive away, for me, from my high school, a lot of students stuck within their area. They didn't venture out to Ottawa. So when I came up to Carleton, I was actually the only student from my high school and the only person that I knew in the city. And growing up, I was fairly homesick. I didn't leave home often. I was always scared to venture outside my city. So coming to Carleton was a big step for me. And to be honest, I was super nervous. I wasn't sure what to expect. I really wasn't sure what to expect from my university experience and moving to a new city. I was very nervous, to put it quite simply. And one thing that really allowed me to thrive while I was at Carleton is the sense of community. And the sense of community stems from First of all, the geographic layout of our campus, the fact that we are self-contained, and the fact that everyone you see on campus is a Carleton student, faculty member, or staff member. You're not going to find strangers wandering through campus, which is quite nice, both from a safety perspective, but also from a community standpoint. It really allowed me to feel as though I was part of something bigger, which I really enjoyed. And this Carleton community is quite diverse and rather large. We do have over 31,000 students, approximately this year. That number for undergraduate specific students at the full-time level is approximately 21 to 22,000. And of that 31,000 total, we come from over 150 countries, and just under 5,000, or about 15% of our student population comes from different international countries, different backgrounds. And what I really like about this is not only do we have the strong sense of community, but we also have a strong, diverse community. And each student, no matter where they're from, brings something to our campus that we didn't have before and really allows us to thrive. And as an international recruiter, I'm always curious where you're coming from and what drew you to Canada, to Ottawa, and to Carleton. And those are some of the best conversations I'm able to have on the road. And I do hope to have those conversations with you if I ever get to see you on campus. Now, a few other highlights of Carleton, aside from our community, aside from our campus, is our broad choice of programs, and I will get into that momentarily. One other thing I like to point out is our graduate studies and our award-winning faculty. A piece of advice I got when I was looking at university programs was from a colleague of mine, and he told me, when you're looking at a program and you want to know a university's expertise at that program, look at their master's programs, look at their PhD programs, see if it is offered. Oftentimes at the graduate level, universities really specialize in those specific programs, and if they offer that program at the undergraduate level throughout graduate and PhD, you know that that university knows a thing or two about that program and likely has award-winning faculty. And you'll see that with a lot of Carleton programs. We follow them through to the graduate studies portion, and it really shows the commitment we have to the programs that we offer. And this commitment also comes outside of your general study too, outside of your degree, in the ways that we prepare you for success. We are top 10 for graduate employability, as seen on the screen here, and we have a full office, our co-op and careers office, that is solely dedicated to assisting students in finding employment upon graduation. We will prepare you for success. But we have to start somewhere, and one way we start preparing students for success outside of their degree is co-op. And co-op, as I mentioned, cooperative education, it allows students to take a couple of semesters off from their study and work full-time in a job related to their field. The university and the office I just mentioned will assist students in finding employment that is relevant to what they're studying. This employment is paid. This employment allows you to make connections in the industry, and we all know how important connections are. And it also allows you to gain work experience that you wouldn't be able to gain from within the classroom, which is a huge benefit upon graduation and can really help build your resume and make you stick out amongst other applicants as you begin to apply for work after graduation. Co-op is not mandatory. Students do not have to pursue it, but it's highly recommended as it does really enhance your degree. About 85% of Carleton programs offer co-op, and the other 15% do offer other work experiences such as internships, practicums, and placements. A few other things I'd like to highlight with co-op. Because you are taking a couple semesters off from your study to work full-time, it will add some time onto your degree. So a 4-year bachelor's degree may take 4.5 or 5 years, depending on how many work terms you pursue. But there are 2 reasons why I encourage students to do this. One, the experience, connections, and money that comes with this experience is something that's unmatched and something that we strongly encourage international students to pursue, especially if they want to work in Canada afterwards. And number 2, it doesn't add any outstanding fees to your study. When you are on a co-op term, you are not paying tuition. Your tuition is only paid during your study terms. So there is not a huge additional cost to pursuing the co-op program. In fact, you're actually making money during your co-op terms, so you're able to subsidize your tuition during those study terms. So it's a huge benefit for your wallet as well as your resume. And that is, again, two of the reasons why I strongly encourage students to pursue co-op during their studies at Carleton. Now, with our programs, we offer 22 undergraduate degree programs, and all of them can be seen on your screen now. You'll notice that we are a comprehensive university, and we do offer almost everything. You'll see on there programs like architecture, engineering, social work, music, science. You'll see the full list of them. And these 22 programs are broken down into 5 different faculties: arts and social sciences, engineering and design, public affairs, science, and of course, our Sprott School of Business. Now, I'm going to very briefly go through each of these individual faculties and the programs that they offer. So we start with arts and social sciences. And as an international recruiter, so often on the road, I hear people ask, do students from this faculty get jobs? And it's an interesting question because the obvious answer is yes. Students from arts and social sciences get jobs. It's a little different and sometimes hard to understand because when you go to university for engineering, you graduate with an engineering degree. Your job is to become an engineer. And in arts and social science, it's a little different from that. Basically, what this faculty does is it equips you with different tools. And each tool they equip you with can be put into your toolbox. And this toolbox is very important because upon graduation, it allows you to have an abundance of different skills to tackle different problems within the workplace. And you take this toolbox, you go into your job, and you have individual tools to tackle a variety of problems. It really makes you a well-rounded candidate. And the other thing too is that employment opportunities for students within arts and social sciences are endless because of the amount of tools they are equipped with. Now, we do offer a number of different degree programs that will allow students to specialize within different areas. For example, you'll see our Global and International Studies program. This is for students that maybe want to have a toolkit more dedicated towards international affairs, international economics, law, and trade. But again, it also gives them the opportunity to maintain a flexible program where they can take other courses. Our Bachelor of Arts is one of our largest bachelor programs. It offers 30 different majors, and they also allow for a lot of flexibility. So under the Bachelor of Arts, you will find areas of study such as psychology, history, political science, criminology, and a lot more. And with the Bachelor of Arts, students are able to do a double major. If you have 2 major areas of interest, they can do a major and 2 minors. If you have minor areas of interest, again, this program allows for students to be flexible, and this allows them to diversify the amount of tools they have in that toolbox for when they go on to graduate. And I like to highlight some students here, specifically the student on the right-hand side. Her name is Monica. She's a recent graduate of the Bachelor of Global and International Studies. And as part of this program, one of the things she had to complete was an international experience. And she was able to complete an internship with the Canadian delegation at the United Nations. This was such a unique opportunity. She was one of the first students from Carleton to take advantage of what the UN had to offer her. And it's something that definitely allowed her to thrive as a student and really added to her resume upon graduation. So this is a student that I really like to highlight because it's such a unique opportunity and something that really enhanced her toolbox for graduation. The second faculty I like to highlight, and probably our most popular amongst international students, is of course engineering and design. You'll see that there are 5 different bachelor's degrees within engineering and design. Of course, you have engineering, architecture, industrial design, information technology, and media production and design. Our architecture program is unique, and we're one of the few architecture programs within our province and within our country. They offer 3 different specializations, and they are a highly competitive program because they're limited enrollment. They only take in a certain number of students. They require a portfolio with their application, and it is a highly competitive program because of its nature. We also offer it at the graduate level as well, so students can go on to study architecture after they complete their bachelor's degree. Engineering offers 13 different majors, 13 different streams of engineering. We offer aerospace and mechanical, 2 of the more popular options. We also offer things such as civil, environmental, communications, sustainable and renewable energy, which in my opinion is becoming one of the most relevant streams within the Bachelor of Engineering, there's 13 different options for you to choose from. We also, again, have industrial design, a program very unique to Carleton that allows students to design different products for mass consumption. And the scope of this program is something that I've never experienced before. People in industrial design really do design everything. I mean, anything you can think of started with a concept and was built into what it is today. This program is so unique. I look forward to learning more about it every year when I meet with their faculty, and they have different days where they allow their students to show off the projects they've worked on, and it's one of my favorite days of the year because I really get to see just how creative these students are. Our Bachelor of Information Technology is a joint program with a college in our city, Algonquin College. It allows students to graduate with both a university degree and a college diploma within 4 years. It's a highly specialized program as well, and students within this particular degree are going to be in high demand over the next few years, as the areas of study within this degree specialize in big data management, optics and sensors, as well as interactive multimedia and design. And finally, our final one, media production and design, really allows students to take the best of both worlds, a bit of design and maybe even engineering and a bit of journalism, and kind of combine them into a creative degree that really is in demand nowadays, especially. More information about all of these degrees can also be found on our website, which will be posted throughout the presentation. You'll see students here displaying some of the products they've created, as well as a couple international students. One of the really cool things about the engineering program in particular is their capstone seminars, where in their 4th year they get to work alongside a professor on a specific project meant to bring together all the skills they've learned throughout their degree. My personal favorite is our flight simulator. It allows for 360-degree rotation. So it's not a traditional flight simulator that just moves you up and down and left to right. This flight simulator will literally flip you. And it's one of the coolest projects that I've come across with our engineers during my time here. Our third faculty, public affairs, really highlights our advantage of being in the capital, as it shows how students can interact with policy, with technology, and really use it in the workforce. And you'll see a long list of programs here, and a couple I want to highlight in particular. The first one is public affairs and policy management. I'm a little biased because I am a graduate of that program, and it's another limited enrollment program. It's a highly competitive program that focuses on policy. Now, this is the written document that gets passed through whatever sort of legislator the country offers. In Canada, in this case, our House of Commons and Senate, and becomes written law. And students in this program become fluent in figuring out how best to tackle problems and address them using the tools available to them. For myself, I specialize in development, so I learned how to go into zones that require certain aspects of development, get on the ground, listen to the people that require this help, figure out the best way to help them, and then draft a policy and a pathway for these changes to become possible. It's a really unique program. A lot of students in this program end up working for our federal government, the United Nations, as well as going to law school. So it's a highly competitive program that produces some really cool alumni that do really interesting work behind the scenes. Another program I like to point out is journalism. Journalism is a really unique program to Carleton because it is Canada's oldest journalism program. I think nowadays journalism is more important than ever. The ability to vet a source, ensure that the facts are correct, is something that we really need nowadays. With a 24-hour news cycle, journalists are in more high demand than ever, and with different news outlets available both through more traditional forms like radio and broadcast, there are also new forms like social media. And our journalism school prepares students to tackle all those sorts of platforms and ensure that they are reporting high quality news for us citizens to consume. And on this slide here, you can see a few of our international students that have graduated from the public affairs program. You can find their profiles on our website, and in the middle you can see shots from our broadcast studio with a couple of up and coming news anchors. The fourth faculty is our Faculty of Science. You'll see here 4 different degree programs: computer science, health science, mathematics, and science. Now, within computer science, it's another highly specialized program, very competitive as well. They offer a variety of different majors in things like game development, mobile computing, software engineering. There's a lot of different options within this program. It is a great program for co-op, as we offer a wide variety of unique work opportunities for students that really benefit from the high-tech sector that's found in our city. You'll also see health science, a very cool program with a brand new building and some of the most up-to-date labs in the entire country. They offer a few different specializations. Amongst international students, biomedical science seems to be the most popular, as it does prepare students well for medical school. However, any of the programs in our science or health science degree will prepare students for medical school. But what's important is that it also prepares them for other branches of medicine or science. One of my favorite specializations within health science is environment and health. With climate change becoming a lot more real now, it really highlights the clash between the environment and health, and how those two factors can really influence a lot of things. And it's becoming more relevant than ever, especially considering the fact that we are living through a pandemic that resulted from the environment surrounding us. And I find it so interesting and fascinating, and the students in this program are working on some really, really cool projects and research. We also offer a Bachelor of Mathematics, lots of different options in here. A lot of students are interested in actuarial science. We do have a major within that stream. And of course, our Bachelor of Science, you're going to find a lot of different majors in here. I believe there's 18 in particular. You'll find areas like neuroscience, biochemistry, bioinformatics. There's a number of different areas of study for students to choose from, and we offer a number of work opportunities and research opportunities for students within that particular degree. On the page here, you'll see again a few of our students. I like to highlight the 2 students in the middle. Now, they work for a very important company and one of the largest companies in the city of Ottawa, and that is Shopify. Now, when I say Shopify, a lot of students think I'm talking about Spotify, the music app, but I'm actually talking about Shopify. They run e-commerce programs that allow for different companies to sell products online, and they ensure that they take care of everything from point A, from the moment you find a product online to the moment it arrives on your doorstep. One of my favorite stories is, of course, Kylie Jenner Cosmetics. Her entire brand uses Shopify as their platform. They're one of the largest employers in our city, and they love Carleton students. They have a really unique program set up with our computer science department called the Dev degree, where students can both study their computer science degree and work for Shopify. It's a paid opportunity that is very unique to Carleton and something I highly encourage students to look into. And it's just one of the many partnerships that the School of Computer Science has that allows Carleton students to gain work experience that's relevant and really thrive both as a student and a graduate. Our final faculty, the Sprott School of Business. On the left-hand side there, you'll see the Nickel building. They're a brand new interactive building that will be open in time for the fall term of 2021. The Sprott School of Business offers 2 different degrees, your Bachelor of Commerce and your Bachelor of International Business. Now, I so often get asked what the difference between these 2 programs are. Both are 4-year degree programs. The Bachelor of Commerce offers 8 different majors, including things like accounting, finance, entrepreneurship, marketing. There's a number of different options available within that degree. And each one of these options benefits from co-op. So as a commerce student, you'll study your core business courses, your major, and you'll have work opportunities associated with that degree. Now, for international business, this one's pretty cool. Essentially, with your degree, you spend your first year studying your core business courses as well as an additional language. There are 5 for you to choose from. During those 2 years, you really specialize in a particular language. And in your 3rd year, you actually go abroad to study in a university in a country that speaks the language you studied. Then you come back to Carleton for your 4th year and complete your degree. So in 4 years, you are getting a great business education. You are getting another language to speak, an additional language, and international experience for almost a full year, 2 terms. In 4 years, you pick up all of that. And in this world today, in our globalized world, students with additional languages, international experience, and a business background will have no problem finding employment, whether it's in Canada or anywhere else in the world. Again, on the screen, you'll see some of our highlighted students. You can check out their stories and what Carleton's done for them on our admissions website. Now, all of this is great. I love highlighting the programs. I love talking about everything Carleton has to offer, but we gotta get you here first. And in order to do that, you have to go through our admissions process. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I am an admissions officer as well, so I'm more than happy to answer questions as they go forward, but I will highlight some of the more important aspects of admissions. So admissions to Carleton is strictly based on academic performance unless your particular program requires a portfolio. So architecture, social work, industrial design, interactive multimedia, and design are some of the programs where it's academic performance and a creative portfolio. But for every other program, it is strictly based on your academic performance. Now, each program has required prerequisites. These are courses you need from your particular curriculum in order to be admissible to the program. Now, for this presentation, there are just too many curriculums in too many countries and too many options for me to go through each individual one. But what we've done is create a very interactive area of our website where you can go in, select your background, select your curriculum and your program of interest, and everything you require can be highlighted for you. I strongly encourage you to check this out, as prerequisites and additional requirements are something that it's so important to know ahead of time because they do vary by program, by university, and by country. So this is something I really encourage you to look at, especially if you're watching this video and you're maybe not in your final year of high school. If you still have a couple years to go, it's very important to understand what courses you need to take in order to be admissible to your particular program. Another thing too is that all the offers we give, or a lot of the offers we give, are conditional offers. Basically, we will take in what grades you have at a given time, whether it's your predicted grades, mid-year results, end of term grades. And if we feel they are strong enough, we can issue you a conditional offer. These conditions are outlined when you receive your offer and you are told what final grades you have to fulfill. Upon completion of your high school diploma, you simply send the results to us. We ensure you met your conditions, and then you're good to go. We also have automatic considerations for advanced credit for particular curriculums. So if you are a student pursuing A-levels, AP exams, IB higher level courses, there are options for you to earn advanced credit or earn university credit before even arriving at the university. And all of that information is highlighted on our website. Another thing we like to point out is Canadian universities, as Carleton, we don't require an SAT or ACT. We don't require a standardized test. For admission purposes, we do not require reference letters or personal statements. If you have these, they can certainly come in handy with scholarship applications, which I'll get to momentarily. But for admissions, we don't require SATs, ACTs, personal statements, or reference letters. We may ask for an English language test. For some students, depending on where you've studied, what school you studied, and how long you've studied there, we may request an English language test. Now you'll see 4 tests on the screen that we will accept. The most popular amongst our international population include the TOEFL and the IELTS. You'll see there the minimum scores that you need in order to be admitted without an English language requirement, and you'll see the scores on the right, which will allow you to be admitted, but you'll have to take some ESL courses. If you have specific questions about this, our website is there, as well as you can reach out to us at any time. But please note that we will let you know whether or not we require an English language test when you submit your application and we review your admissions application. Now, how to apply. So there's 2 different ways. Carleton University is located in Ontario, and the province of Ontario has created an application that centralizes all the universities and allows you as a student to apply to multiple multiple Ontario universities at once from one application. So that is the OUAC, or the Ontario University Application Center. If you are interested in Carleton, but you are also interested in another Ontario university, let's say the University of Waterloo, and you want to apply to both of us, you can do so on the OUAC website through one application. The basic fee gives you 3 program applications, and you can disperse those amongst 3 universities, 2 universities, 1 university. It's entirely up to you. It offers you a more flexible option if you are interested in multiple universities within Ontario. If you are an international student, if you are not a Canadian, and you are only interested in Carleton, or the only university you're interested in Ontario is Carleton, you can also apply at 360.carleton.ca. It is our direct application, and it allows you to apply to 2 different programs at the university, as well as add on additional applications. What I must stress is that I, as an admissions officer, and the rest of our team do not favor one application over the other. The 2 different applications is meant to simply make your life easier if you want multiple universities in Ontario or just Carleton. It does not matter how you submit your application, so long as we receive something. The next thing you do upon submitting your application is receive your confirmation email from Carleton. We will provide you with next steps. We will provide you with access to Carleton 360, your application portal, where we will request your documents, such as your transcripts and possibly an ESL test score. This portal will allow you to upload these results so we can receive them and hopefully give you a timely decision. However, it is very important that you monitor your application throughout the year. Carleton 360 is where we will post updates if we require different transcripts or documents or updated results. This is where we will post these updates. So please monitor your application portal for updates. And if you have any questions, reach out to us. Next is tuition. On the screen here, you'll see Canadian and US dollars. We are happy to do conversions in your local currency if you reach out to us, but this is what we have for Canadian and US dollars. Now, tuition does range based on programs. Engineering, computer science, and different design programs do tend to be on the upper end, your 39,000 Canadian dollars approximately. Your arts and social sciences tend to be more the $28,000 end, and some of the business programs and other degrees tend to fall within the middle. If you are looking for the exact tuition cost for your particular program, you can find that on our website as well. But this is the range in Canadian and US dollars. Below that, you'll see the approximate cost of our residence on campus. As a first-year student coming out of high school, you are guaranteed a spot in residence on campus, and all of our residence costs include your meals. It's an all-access meal plan that allows you to go in and out of the dining hall whenever you want, so you don't have to worry about running out of meals or budgeting a certain amount of money throughout your term of study. The meal plan allows you, as a student, to go in and out whenever you please. The CAF that we have for first year students is absolutely incredible. I miss it every day. The unlimited chocolate milk, the custom pasta bar, the vegan and vegetarian options. I'll get to those in a second. Oh, it's my favorite part. But again, the cost of residence includes both your room on campus and your meal plan. For scholarships, last year, we awarded over $24 million in scholarships. $24 million. It's quite a lot of money. There's a lot of opportunities for students, both Canadian and international, to take advantage of different scholarships at Carleton. The most popular ones we offer are, of course, the entrance scholarships. These are automatic scholarships given to students with particular grades. Now, we have the Canadian percentages on the left-hand side, ranging anywhere from 80 to 100. For your particular curriculum, the breakdown may be different. For example, an IB student, that 80% would be a 28 or higher, and each individual curriculum is slightly different. But what I can tell you is when you apply, we will assess your application for admission into your program, and we will assess your application for an entrance scholarship. When you receive an offer of admission from Carleton, it will include both your offer letter and your scholarship letter if you've earned a scholarship. So you will know how much money you're earning from the entrance scholarship before you have to decide whether or not you want to come to Carleton. You'll see the scholarships are on an annual basis. They are renewable every year, and they range from $1,000 to $4,000 a year for up to 4 years. It's a huge benefit, something that's so simple. You don't have to fill anything out. You don't have to do anything extra. You just have to get good grades, get admitted to your program, and we'll give you some free money. A few other things I'd like to talk about: prestige scholarships and chancellor scholarships. We do have those available. Those are application-based scholarships for students to apply for. All that information can be found on our website, and that is where your reference letters and personal statements will come in handy. Those are meant for students with higher averages, they're generally 90% or higher, and some extracurricular involvement. Now, as a university student myself, I mentioned earlier, I was nervous about coming to Carleton. I was nervous about leaving my hometown. I was just a nervous wreck in general. And I mentioned how the community really helped me adapt to university and really helped me discover my new campus, discover my new city. And another thing that really helped me was, of course, extracurriculars and the ability to get involved and really make my experience count. And there's so many opportunities at Carleton University to get involved. For international students, one of the first point of contacts you'll have with one of our offices is the International Student Services Office. They are an office solely dedicated to assisting international students. They run all sorts of cool activities throughout the year to really help international students meet other international students, as well as adapt to the Canadian culture that we have. For example, I mentioned the Rideau Canal, how it freezes over in the winter and becomes the world's longest skateway or ice rink. They will organize events where international students go skating. I mean, maybe you've never skated before, maybe you've never put on skates, maybe you've never seen ice. The International Student Services Office will introduce you to all sorts of fun activities. They do a lot more than that, though. I'm just highlighting some of the fun activities that I've been able to join them for. They also have visa officers, licensed immigration advisors on staff who can assist you throughout the application process and answer any questions you have about possible visa renewal, work permits, and postgraduate work permits upon graduation. They are an incredible resource for international students and one of my favorite offices to work with because of the level of care they show the international students at Carleton. Of course, outside of your involvement with the International Student Services Office, there's a lot of great ways to get involved. And another thing for me that really made me feel at home was the residence community at Carleton. My home away from home, as I called it, as you can see on the screen. The res community is very vibrant, and there's so many resources available for students dealing with whatever you may be dealing with, stress, mental health problems. For me, it was just a general adaptation to university lifestyle, living on my own. Residence at Carleton has so many incredible resources available for students to ensure that their transition to university is a smooth one. For so many of you, you'll be coming to a new country, to a new city, to a higher level of education. There's a lot of adjustment that goes along with that. And one thing that's important to understand is you're not alone, and we have so many incredible resources to help you with this transition. And back to the extracurriculars, as I mentioned, the International Student Services Office is a great place to start, but then we also have so many different clubs and societies, intramural sports, and ways for you to stay fit and active. You'll see in the middle there, people lacing up to skate on the canal. You'll see a few different fitness and sports photos. Access to our fitness center is included in your tuition, so you can work out, maintain a healthy lifestyle. And we also have intramural sports, a combination of a variety of sports for students to get involved with, whether you're at the competitive level or the recreational level. It's a great opportunity to meet Carleton students of all years, of all backgrounds, and really bond over your love for particular sports. Now, with COVID-19, obviously we understand that we're not going to see you on campus this year, and we're not going to be able to show off the beauty of our campus. I showed you those two pictures earlier. They look beautiful, they are beautiful, but that is only an overhead shot of our campus. There is so much beauty hiding within the buildings that you really only get to experience when you arrive at Carleton. And in order to assist international students and even Canadian students who are not able to make it to our campus this year, we have just launched a virtual tour I strongly encourage you to check it out. Colleagues of mine worked incredibly hard to capture the beauty of every inch of campus and put it together in an interactive tour that really allows you to experience Carleton from the comfort of your own home. We do hope that COVID ends eventually. We do hope we can welcome prospective students to our campus soon. But for now, this is an incredible option and will really allow you to discover the beauty that our campus has to offer and what made me fall in love with the university. A few other things we're doing, especially now due to the global pandemic, is we are doing a lot of different online activities and events and different reach outs for both domestic and international students. Our international chat is available on our website Monday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can connect with my colleague Katie or possibly myself or whoever it may be in the chat. Katie is one of our international recruiters pictured on the right-hand side riding the train. We also have Anna. Anna brings to our team a variety of different experiences from many different Ontario universities. She's an incredibly caring person who really wants to see students thrive and has such a vast knowledge of different curriculums and different pathways to end up at university. And this is just a couple members of our team. This doesn't include everyone, but we are more than willing to sit down with you one-on-one, host our online events. We're really here to help you discover Carleton and discover what Carleton can do for you. And there's so many different ways to connect with us, and I'll put up more contact information momentarily. One way to keep in contact with us is to sign up for Carleton 360. If you have a phone, you can scan the QR code on your screen, and this will bring you to our Carleton 360 website where you can register for an account. Now, don't worry, we won't spam you with emails. What this account is meant to do is it's meant to give you a starting point for your research into Carleton. Maybe you want to know more about our co-op program or athletics or a particular degree that you're interested in. You can customize all of these requests and information on our Carleton 360 platform, and we can send that to you electronically so you can discover everything that the university has to offer. You can get personalized communication at a rate that you choose, and it's a great way to keep in contact with us and learn about the upcoming events that we have. Now, this presentation has been very long. It's been very detailed, and if you've stuck with me throughout the entire thing, I greatly appreciate that. I really hope you were able to take something away from today's presentation. And in case you want a shorter summary with cool pictures and more information about the specific programs we offer, you can scan the QR code on your screen now to get a copy of our International View Book for the fall 2021 intake. This is a great resource that I normally use every day when I'm traveling abroad and highlights everything I've gone over in this presentation and a lot more. So please take a moment, pause the screen, and get a hold of our International View Book. That wraps up a lot of what I've had to say today. It wraps up this presentation, this webinar. I do hope you've enjoyed it. Regardless of where you're tuning in from, I do hope you're doing well, staying safe, and staying healthy. On the slide now, you'll see my personal contact information. Please feel free to reach out to me with any questions you may have at any time. I'm working from home for the foreseeable future, and I love connecting with interested students and really kind of gauging how I can best help them and allow them to discover Carleton University and exactly what this university can do for you. You'll also see links to 360, our international website, and our socials as well. We're very active on social media. I love our Instagram, in particular our YouTube channel. That actually might be where you're finding this video today. There are so many other videos from current students, former students, staff, different faculty members. There's so much to discover out there. So please check this out. I just wanted to, again, thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate the time we've spent together. I hope you took something away from this presentation. And again, if you have any questions, please reach out to us at any time, and we would be happy to help. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Stay safe, stay healthy, and hopefully we'll see you in person on campus soon. Thank you.